to this year's thriving moment, brought to you by the Sovereign Light Radio broadcast Anchor FM, and made also available on 6 other different platform distributions. From Northbrook, Ontario, Canada, I am your hostess, Reverend Maria Arvanites, and right out of Laurel, Niagara, our very special guest with us here today, Cora Cristobal.
Wow, what an introduction. As I'm not too good at doing mimes, obviously. It was pre-recorded. Today, Cora Cristobal is here with us on how to become a legend with success. Originally from Manila, Philippines, Cora Cristobal started out as a professional accountant. After taking an interest in the real estate profession, Cora immigrated to Canada in 2002. As a new immigrant in 2006, Cora found herself single again and with 4 teenage children to look after. Cora's struggles to success became her motivational influence on others throughout the years. Sponsored in the Women's Economic Forum, Cora teaches many by example of her life and goal-setting skills. In February of 2017, Cora founded the Toronto Women's Club, where quarterly events take place to educate, teach, and empower women with. It is a great place to mingle and congregate with like-minded women. Cora Cristobal holds a real estate license and has invested interest in properties all over North America and the Philippines. For over 30 years, Cora has been helping people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. Cora Cristobal offers the Science of Getting Rich online program. And she is also a public speaker and author of many books. And you might want to look it up, www.scienceofgettingrich.ca, and further do some investigating, and by all means, purchase. In April of 2016, she published the award-winning book, Journey to a New You, 12 Habits to a Happy and Successful Life. She's co-authored of international best-selling Secrets to Real Estate Wealth, as well as with Brian Tracy, The Secret to Wealth, and the book called The Authorities, Powerful Wisdom from Leaders in the Field. As a millionaire, Cora can now do what she loves, and that is to help transform people's lives. Cora's mission is to be able to reach, touch, and change at least 1 million lives. And her favorite quote is by Wallace D. Wattles. You can render God and humanity no greater service than to make the most of yourself. Are you interested in developing new success habits? Step forward into building wealth and how to maintain your happiness. Here to discuss her services and more, Cora Cristobal. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Reverend Maria. Good afternoon. Happy New Year, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in your podcast.
So I don't know if we can cover everything that is so much to cover about Cora Cristobal, and we will begin from her youth, including your name.
Mhm.
Uh, Cristobal, is that Spanish?
Yeah, it is Spanish because Philippines, the country where I came from, has been colonized by the Spaniards for more than 500 years. So my great great grandparents probably were descendants or descendants of the Spaniards. So that's why we have a lot of Spanish names, Spanish traditions, and Spanish food. So imagine for 500 years. So that's a lot of Spanish influence in the Philippines.
Wow. Like I said, there we might have to do a sequel on this because I don't know how much I can really cover. I really want to get to know my friend Cora Cristobal. Um, and so let's begin on a more intimate level, starting with your family. I notice here that you have a picture on, your women's club here, Toronto Women's Club, and you have a picture here dated July 19th, 2018, under business and finance. Is this from poor immigrant to millionaire? Uh, is this a picture of your family?
Yes, that must be a picture of my family with my parents and my four brothers and three sisters. We are eight in the family.
Wow. And can you please tell me, are you the youngest? Are you the oldest? And who's had the most influence on you during your upbringing?
Okay, I am the sixth. I am the sixth of the eight children of my parents, and and I come from humble beginnings, right? And I was the very first one who graduated from the university. Being poor, my parents could not afford to send their children to school, but I don't know, at a very young age, I already had a dream to change my life because I've seen my elder brothers and sisters and my own parents struggled in life. And I thought there must be something different that I should do, and it is education. So I was the very first one. I graduated a Bachelor of Science in Commerce and Business Administration, major in entrepreneurship and accounting. So I actually completed two university degrees in 6 years.
Oh my gosh, yes, I do notice this on your LinkedIn profile. And it goes as back as, I don't want to reveal your age or anything, but University of the East, Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration, a
Mhm.
major in accounting and accountancy from 1975 to 1977. As you said, 2 years. And activities in society section, editor for entrepreneurship and Commerce Journal. And then you also, at the same time, you were doing, no, right after, you went to University of Santo Tomas,
Tomas. Mhm.
and you got your Bachelor of Science in 1978 to 82, accounting, business, real estate, and into the Philippines Institute of CPA, Cebu Real Estate Board, Toronto Real Estate Board as well. I mean, how did you know back then where to invest? Like you knew already from a previous life that real estate was the thing to be in?
No, this is the story. So I was first of all, I graduated accounting, right? I graduated accounting, and I had a professional accounting career in an American multinational company called the Union Carbide Philippines. It is now called Eveready Batteries or Energizer Batteries, right? And for 12 years, I was an accounting professional in that company. Now, I got married to a vice president in administration in that company. And then when I had already two children, by the way, I had four children in 6 years. I
Wow.
had four children. Yeah, I had four children in 6 years, and after giving birth to my second child, my then husband told me to quit my job because, well, my husband is a good high paying job, and he wanted me to just focus on raising my two kids. So, and then of course, being a career woman for 12 years, suddenly I was staying at home, and my husband said, just why don't you get a license in real estate? I knew nothing about real estate, but it was my then husband who prodded me and told me to get into real estate. So all I did was to enroll in a course, and I took the examination for real estate broker, for us to become a real estate broker. And that's how I got into real estate. After taking my license, I got into the Association of Realtors in the Philippines, in Cebu. And when you become a member of a large board and organization, then you get the training, the education, and the exposure, and you got to meet people who are already millionaire. And I was only in my 30s when I became a real estate broker. So I was in my 30s, knew nothing, and I got my first deal when I bought a piece of land in the subdivision where I live, where I bought a piece of land and sold it 3 or 4 times after a few months. So you can imagine the money that I made is more than the annual salary of my then husband, who was already an executive in a large corporation. So then I said, wow, this is real estate. You wouldn't appreciate something until you really experience it, right? If you are just reading how to learn how to invest in real estate, but don't actually invest in real estate, you wouldn't appreciate it because you are just learning, right? But the moment you are really making money and harvesting the fruit of your labor, then that's when you realize what it is. So that's what happened to me. And then I just continued, because success is just um, making a success the first time, and then doing it repeatedly over and over again. So that's how I did. So that's how I got into real estate.
Can you describe to me your very first job and how old you were and what your experience in it and how it changed you to be the way you are, how it molded you to be this person that you are today? Has it influenced you any? And how long was the experience for?
Yes, my very first official job was joining Union Carbide Philippines in 1977. 1977. So you can guess how old I am, right? So I started as an accounting clerk. I was a newly graduate from the university, and I just passed my CPA board examination. I am a CPA, a certified public accountant. So I have a license in accounting. So I rose from the ranks. You know how you start your career? You start from an accounting clerk, and I became an accounting supervisor. I became an accounting superintendent. I became an accounting manager. I became a finance manager. I have been sent to so many trainings because I have been a consistent, excellent performer. You know how when you are in a large organizations, or even in medium-sized organizations, you are frequently annually rated according to your performance, right? We are appraised and we are evaluated based on our performance. And I think my I have developed that habit and that trait of always aiming for excellence. I would say that my traits of being disciplined, committed, having a high integrity and having high sense of values and good work ethic. Having good work ethic has developed from the time I was young. From the time I was young, then I studied in elementary high school until I graduated from the university. And then I carried somewhat, like I carried that habit and the trait of very dedicated, committed, disciplined, and having those good work ethics until I work. And it, you know, when you are the definition of habit is doing something over and over again, right? So if you have good habits, that will help you, and if you have also bad habits, that will also affect how you are performing or how you are uh, what you call it, how you are doing in life, even in your personal life as well as in your business life, right? So I always have an ambition, and I have written this in my books, that as a young age, I always wanted to improve my life. I wanted to make a change, and the only way I can make a change and improve my life is to do something that's different. Is to do something different and better than what my parents or my environment has provided, right? So when I was given a chance to work in a large American multinational company, I would say that I have capitalized on it. I have had good training, and because I am a consistent, good employee and an excellent, always excellent, outstanding performance, I sort of somewhat this becomes already a part of your personality and character. You know, what you are in one is what you are in everything. So we say, right? So the moment you are clean in your home and you are clean in your car, you will be clean. Most chances are you will be clean in everything, right? And if you are messy and cluttered and disorganized in one, you will also cluttered and disorganized, most likely in a lot of things. So I was kind of fortunate to have that kind of training and experience, and then I continued to grow and grow. And for me, investing in myself and keeping myself growing is, I would say, I would like to share that is one the key to my success.
So to me, it looks like what I'm getting out of this whole thing from seeing you and what you have accomplished is your unstoppable attitude.
Absolutely, we should be unstoppable. Even at this age, some people. I'm already past retirement age, by the way, yeah, I'm already past retirement age. But I don't know why I don't see myself retiring. Where some people retire at age 60 and then 65, and they sit down and just looking to travel, and that's not wrong if you'd like to retire at a certain age, but for me, retirement is not in my vocabulary, because I believe that people should not stop learning. That we should continue growing and learning and contribute to the society. And especially nowadays, when I thought that I can already afford to retire and I can afford to do something else like investing in real estate, where it has given me already passive income. I don't really have to work, but it's the kind of person that I am, that I think that when I can still do something for other people, I still would like to be growing and continue to help many people, because I think it is the time for me to give back to humanity and to help many people with my experience and with the kind of wisdom that I have. It is but proper that I should share it with other people who are looking for experience and knowledge. So that's what I believe, that for me, until my health and my mind and my capability will allow me, I don't see myself stopping or retiring.
You don't mind if I ask this, but when did you first realize, if at all, that you stopped struggling and you were right, no longer feeling that survival or believing you were in that reality? And when did you first realize you were thriving?
Even when before I divorced, in my early years, everything for me was material. Material. We are being materialistic, right? For me, success, um, when I was younger, success is, let's say, I realized a goal. Let's say I wanted to finish university, then that's success. I was able to buy a car, that's success. I was able to get married and have children, that's success. Success is the lofty the lofty realization of a goal. That when you have a goal or a dream, you are able to get it. That's success. But for me, for so many years, they were all about materials, materialistic. So, and people will say, whatever Cora gets, whatever Cora wants, Cora gets. People were telling me that whatever I want, I can get. Yes, because if I want to have money, I can make money because of the skills and the expertise that I have, and I'm very hardworking. Then I just can get anything. But however, it is at that point when I got divorced and I was on my own, and then I had this realization that I was really looking for more. What is it that is going to make me happy? What is it that is going to make me fulfilled? And what is it that I'm going to do better than what I was doing? Because if you are getting, if you have everything and you can get anything, I don't know if that is if that is all that will make you really happy and fulfilled. So it is at that point when I got divorced, and that was somewhere. Well, I got divorced in 2006, and 2006 up to, let's say, 2015. That was like 8 or 9 years. I was really struggling, and sort of I was really analyzing and looking what is it that will make me happy and fulfilled. It's no longer about being successful. It's no longer about surviving and thriving. I was really looking for more. So when I hired a mentor, and then I started to get myself into spirituality, this was the turning point when I really changed. When I when I changed my mindset, and I changed the way I look at things, and I changed on not only thinking about myself and not only thinking about my children, but I started to think about thinking of other people who might be suffering or experiencing the difficulties that I went through. And I said, if I went through this kind of a situation or challenge, how many people out there in the world, and specifically for women, when I had that reckoning, or I had that realization that I got to do something and I didn't know how to do it. And then I started to go into nature, like I would be driving with no direction, and then I will stop by Ontario Lake, in Lake Shore, or in Niagara Falls, or in conservation areas, in forest, and by when I was by myself, and I was literally talking to God, and I was asking God, or if you are not a believer of God, at least we know that we all come from one source, from the universe, who provide us everything with what we need and helping us solve our problem. I literally surrender myself. I surrender myself, and I said to God, with what when I lost my husband, and then I became a single mom, and I struggled and I went through difficulties, and I said, what is the message, and what is the lesson, and what is it that you want me to do? And so it is not like an overnight thing. I went through the journey where I was going through nature, and I was reading books that are more meaningful, that are deepening my spiritual journey. And I started, I bumped into Dr. Deepak Chopra while watching television, and I went to see Dr. Deepak Chopra, and I started to read the books of Dr. Deepak Chopra, of Robin Sharma, of those of the Dalai Lama, those people who are really whose mission in life is really high and towards helping humanity. And that's how I got open to this personal growth and development. And that's how I got into the Toronto Women's Club. And that's how I will tell you honestly and to your listeners that that is the key and the turning point for me to go to do what I am doing now. And for me, this is the source of the real happiness and the fulfillment that I have never experienced in my whole life. So I thought that all what I have gone through and all what I have achieved, these are all the journey. And if I may say, for there's always a reason why it happens, right? And at the time, I did not realize that what is forthcoming. I did not know what is forthcoming, but at the time when I was struggling financially, emotionally, and mentally, I was even asking God why I had to experience that. Why do I have to go through that when I said I am not a bad person? I am doing what I am supposed to do, but why is it? Why am I? Why did you give me this kind of problem? But later on, I just surrendered to it, and things just happen. Like I was being led, I was being shown the way to the right people, to the right events, to the right places, and I just went with the flow. And that is the thing that one of the things that I learned is you really don't have to know everything. You really don't have to see what is coming, but just surrender yourself and do the right thing, and God will really take care of the rest. So uncertainty, when people now under COVID, this pandemic, and we say that it is really very uncertain, but the beauty of life is actually uncertainty. Because imagine if you know that if you are dying tomorrow, you don't want to know that, right? If you know that you are dying tomorrow, or you know that tomorrow you are going to lose money. So I learned a lot, I would say, from 2015 up to now. That is my the start of my spiritual journey.
No, I believe that this COVID too is a big lesson because we came from an ego driven, egocentric world,
Yeah,
and it needed a shake up so that they can become humble again, so that globally we can all become humble and possibly even obtain compassion. And yes,
absolutely, absolutely. Many people look at COVID as all negative. Actually, I see a lot of positives. I see a lot of positive. This COVID is actually a wake-up call for many of us. There are a lot of lessons to learn and a lot of awakenings. There are a lot of openings, opportunities, while there is a big impact for many people, but there is also a big awakening. And I myself, for one, sees that this this pandemic is part of the evolution and the change that is necessary for people to realize what needs to be changed in their personal lives.
now also what I've noticed is from the time you immigrated here in 2002, you made so many moves from one place to another. You really kind of got a feel for the area and locations. And can you explain, like, I think there's 9 different on Facebook. It shows that you've lived in, I think, 9 different places already. And
Okay, first of all, I have lived in 3 countries: Philippines, I went to United States, I was in the United States during the 9/11 in Los Angeles, California, and then Canada. So in my long years of life, I have lived in 3 countries. So all in all, I would say I have transferred to at least 20 houses.
Yes, I
At
understand.
least 20, at least 20 houses. In Canada, one, two, three.
Like nine.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. So this is the thing we because for me I'm a very dynamic person and I am always open to change. I'm always flexible and adaptable to change. Because for some people they say no, this is where I was born, this is where I live, this is where I die. My sisters are like that. And when I say, why don't you move to Manila? Why do you have to stay in the province? And in the province, in Manila is more dynamic, right? And they say, oh, this is where I was born, this is where I live, this is where I die. But I have a very different attitude. I'm very open to change.
That's great, and you're able to see the bigger picture, like you're soaring,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
see the bigger picture. Yes, from up above, you're not just one place rooted, So that's
yeah.
great. And throughout this whole idea of moving all the time, how do you maintain your connection to grounding yourself as well, so that you can be, like you're saying, realistic and things like that you just don't lose yourself, you see? How do you
Yeah,
do that?
yeah. First of all, basically, you have to be grounded. You are right. You have to be grounded because you cannot make a decision to transfer or to move if you don't like it. If you don't like it, right? You have to make the decision in anything that we do, whether we change house or even you change spouse, or even if you change job, or even if you change business. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of work, and you have to make the decision. And before you can make a decision, you have to analyze situations. You have to analyze, and you have to make plans, and you have to organize yourself. And I'm kind of good in management. I would say that life is also management. And I happen to have been trained in an American multinational company in management, where management is nothing but planning, organizing, coordinating, and controlling, whether it is job or it is your life, or anything, right? So it's a lot of work, but in anything, when you are making changes, you study it, you analyze it, that you are doing it for the better. You're the decision to do something or to change something is, you simply have to answer these questions. Is this going to be good for me? Is this going to be good for others? And if the answer is yes, then go. Because if it is not going to be good for you, and also not going to be good for others, then you should not be doing that. So I learned that from Dr. Deepak Chopra, and in some of the readings that I have made, that we always have to make a decision based on the common good. What is good for the common good? Because if it is good for you but it will be harm for another person, then you don't do that, right? So this is my guiding principle in whenever I have to make a change or a decision.
Wow. I notice here that I remember going to Sussex Center and Burnham Thorpe Road, um, where you first opened your, was it the real estate place?
Oh, when I had a ribbon cutting for my office, I think. Did you come?
Yes.
Yes.
And was it 2019? I remember that's when I
Yes.
saw you again
I
last.
think I think 2019, just before COVID.
And is that location still there, or
It's
did
still
you?
Yeah, it's still there, but I no longer have office there because I moved to the Niagara region, right? So I close it. Um, First of all, I closed it because of COVID, because I was not able to meet people in my office anymore because of the lockdown. And then I have to move here in the Niagara region, so I no longer hold office in Sussex Center.
Okay, yes, because I'm like, okay, it shows up you have a Facebook page. I guess you didn't really have the time to change that, but you,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you
I
do
have to
have,
change it. I have to update that.
okay. So you do have here you have also EXP Realty is a global full service real estate brokerage providing 24/7 access to collaborative tools, training, and socialization for real estate brokers and agents through its 3D fully immersed cloud office environment. Is this something new that you uh,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes. So I have a license in real estate for 10 years already, and since I got my license, I think somewhere in 2008, 2009, I was connected with Keller Williams real estate brokerage, and then in October last year, after I moved to my new house, I moved my brokerage. So I joined EXP Realty. EXP Realty is a new real estate brokerage that is operating internationally, and it's a cloud-based business, meaning to say they don't have a brick and mortar office. It is operating on cloud, which is now what it's about. Like, people can no longer go to a real estate office, or we can no longer do open houses. And this is really a very high technology cloud-based real estate. And so I joined EXP Realty in October of last year only.
Okay, so you're also the founder, or are you just one of the founder of three for Toronto Women's Club? Can you explain a little bit more? Are you the only founder, or are there other founders with this club?
I am the only founder. I am the only founder of the Toronto Women's Club. Although sometimes it is misunderstood by some people. They thought that I am partnering with my mentor, but or my mentor or some affiliate partners. But these are only partnerships and people who are coming to my event, some affiliates and partners, but they are not owners of the Toronto Women's Club. I own Toronto Women's Club 100%.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that for everybody because I was kind of confused. Maybe there's two other founders there, and maybe you might want to change that somewhere. I saw it. And your Toronto Women's Club provides leadership programs and support to help women in every stage of their business and life. So if they want to speak up at future events, how would they go about doing that?
Yes, they can go to my website, torontowomensclub.com, and in the website there is a way to make an appointment with me to have a complimentary session. So there is that portion in the website where you can book a session with
Okay,
me. You can go from there.
with the way things are now and the close, lockdowns, and is this going to be done virtually
This is
now?
to be done in Zoom. In Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So everything, now we are back to the lockdown, right? So we cannot meet in person. We are going to do it by Zoom.
And you also have interested in becoming an author. You help people write books.
Yes, I actually thank you for asking that. Having written and co-written 7 books already, and 4 of them are best-selling books. I now form my own. I just created my own publishing company called Legacy Rich Legacy Publishing Limited, and I have a book writing program now called Write a Best-Selling Book with Cora Cristobal. So for people who are interested to how to write a book, they can also get in touch with me by going to my website, and we can go from there. We can have a video call and talk about it.
Wow. And from what I've learned from experience from other publishing companies, they want to write the book for you. And it's like, oh no, I want to write my own book. I just need maybe help with editing. That's about it. And
Oh yeah, that's another way of writing a book, and that is good for people who are not who don't want to spend time, and they say they don't know how to write a book. But yes, you are right. There's nothing compared to you writing your own book, and you can just get an editor to edit it, right? Because a book needs to be edited. For people who are getting their book written by a ghostwriter. We call it a ghostwriter, and you have to pay money for that because they will be the one to write for you, and they will interview you, and you are going to review what they have written. But it's different. Yeah, it's different having a ghostwriter and you personally writing it and just get an editor.
I didn't like that because I went and looked at many publishing companies. I compared from the States to Canada. And what I found was like they're still harassing me, like, telemarketing, Balboa Press, and, an offshoot spring off of, what is it, Hay House Publications. And it's like, they want to do the way they want to do my book. And it's like, no, I want to do the way I want to do my book, right? So I
Yeah,
found like I kept locking heads with these people, and
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to find my own
My
way.
case, in my case, the author will write her chapter, and but I will provide an editor for that. That's part of the deal because somebody else has to edit your writing. That's it. But you will write your own chapter.
So that's what's so much special and different that stands out from all the other publications with your
Yeah,
publishing company. That's
yeah.
awesome. I love
It's
it.
there's nothing compared you expressing and writing your own story or your own expertise. There's nothing like that. And the fulfillment and the happiness that you get from that is tremendous and incomparable. And I have done a book writing where the publisher wrote it for me. They got it right, and it's different. It's like when you are even if I have to edit it, or somebody has to edit it. It's different, and the happiness that you get and the fulfilling you can really say that I am the author of this book or this chapter because you really are the one who wrote it. It's really different.
So it's a more advanced level, I would think, for people who are first starting out. They might want to go with those other places, but keep in mind that you'll end up paying more, I think, for ghost
Yeah,
writers.
you have to pay more because these ghostwriters are not cheap. They will for sure charge you. So, it is a big investment.
And do you have any limitations as to how many pages you're
Yes,
allowed?
the limitation is in the number of words. 2,500 words.
Oh, wow.
2,500 words, and the 2,500 words is about on this kind of on this size of this book. I don't know what because it could be in different sizes, right? But this kind, something like this, it could be 7 to 8 pages. 2,500 words is about 7 to 8 pages.
Wait a minute. That book, is that a 6 by 9 or a 5 by 8? What the?
Uh, I don't know the size of this, but something like 6 by 9, huh?
Yes. And is it like a co-authoring kind of thing where people add their own little chapter in it? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah. Well, this one is written by just one author, and I happen to be reading this is about subconscious mind. But let's say this one. Just a moment. Something like this. Although this is hard copy, this is my book written with Brian Tracy, and there are about maybe at least 20 authors here. So this is the kind of book writing program that I have.
And how do we go online to purchase that book? Just is it
Uh,
everywhere or?
in my website, I don't think there is the ability. to buy a book, but what you can do is just go in my website and send me, or no, just email me, Cora at torontowomensclub.com. That's my email address, Cora at torontowomensclub.com. And you can send me an email and we can go from there. Actually, I'm going to also, to the first 5 people who will get in touch with me, I'm going to give you a free copy of this.
Wow. Okay.
For your listeners, I would like to give 5 copies of this and maybe 5 of the Science of Getting Rich as my thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, as my way of thank you, I would like to give this as gifts, for the first 5 or 10 people. I'm going to give away, but for the other ones who would like to buy, or if you want to buy more and you would like to give to gift it, because I think that one of the best gifts you can give is book, right? Book. And I used to give, like, you can make it as a gift, although Christmas, the holidays is already over, but you can still give people books as a gift. And if you want to buy more, you can just send me an email and we can go from there.
Is it also in ebook and audio? Do you have?
N- uh, Only the Science of Getting Rich is in audio. The Science of Getting Rich comes in a hard copy of the book as well as in audio. Also, we have a, you read it, the websites, the science of getting rich.ca. If
Mhm.
you go there, you can also buy a copy of that book in that site. And when you buy, you will get the digital copy as well as the hard copy of the book. But you can also buy separately.
Okay, well, your publishing company, let's say I want to publish a book with you. Where exactly would my book be that people could reach out? Would it be Walmart? Would it be Amazon? Would it be Goodreads? How?
Oh, it will be in Amazon.
Amazon. And it just go
Yeah.
into Amazon and you click the ISBN or what have you, and they can purchase it from there directly as well, right?
Yes. All my books can also be purchased in Amazon.
Okay.
But if you yeah, you can buy it from Amazon. But of course, when you buy from Amazon, it is not signed by the author. If you buy from me, if you'd like it signed, you can buy it from me because I will personally sign it if that is an option.
And can we also find you at most bookstores like Indigo if we were to go there and pick up a book there, maybe?
No, not in Indigo. It's not in Indigo yet. They are not in Indigo yet.
Oh,
Only in Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. And then you also have here on your Toronto Women's Club how to find out how to be a millionaire. Some advice? Because I know that I was told the first million is the hardest ever. Once you make your first million, then it's easy from there.
Yeah, because anything the first time is the hardest, right? Because once you learn the technique and the formula, you will just repeat it. You already learn how to do it. So that is why the next ones is easier. It's only the first one that is hard, right? And the next one is easier. And the way I became successful or millionaire is really through real estate. And while I don't think we have enough time to talk about it, but I'm just giving you idea that, well, for you to becoming a millionaire is easy but not simple. It's simple but not easy, rather. Anything that you'd like to do is simple but not easy. There is an ingredient or a formula to do that. And anything, like for example, if you'd like to go into real estate, first of all you need some education and you need some guiding hand. And this is one of the things that I teach, not necessarily in Toronto Women's Club, because in Toronto Women's Club I have never done um, trainings in real estate in Toronto Women's Club. What I teach there are all personal growth and development, but I can always I am changing my the way that I am running webinars and trainings for 2022, and maybe if there is enough interest in real estate, I can always conduct a separate session for real estate. And there's a lot to learn in real estate, and there's a lot of ways of making money in real estate. There's many strategies, so it will take a lot of time. And I also provide one-on-one mentorship in if you'd like to buy in real estate. So I'm also a mentor in real estate, and it goes hand in hand as having a license in real estate because I'm a real estate professional.
And I think the head office is somewhere Don Mills, Eglinton, Lawrence area, the Tribunal of Real Estate. Because I know one of the ladies who used to be on the board, I don't know if she's still working in the bereavement of authorities sector, but she's also at the board level of the tribunal and things of real estate. So people are really getting in on it. And I find it's very competitive, real estate. And how do you go above the competitive and rise above it so that you're not, trying to compete with each other and just kind of rise above it, you see? How do you do that?
Well, yes, the reality is, yes, there is competition. There's about 70,000 real estate agents in Ontario. And you will say, oh my God, I am competing with the other 69,999 real estate agents. But really, in anything, you are not really competing with anyone. You are just competing with your own self. You know what I mean? You don't think about the fact that there are 69,999 other agents. There's so many. But come to think of it, Ontario is so big, and there's so much real estate, and there's so much buyers, and there's no reason for competition. And if you are always on top of your game and you are giving more use value than the cash value, when I say more use value than the cash value, it means to say that the kind of service that you are providing is so good, is so much that you are not going to run out of clients, because a happy client will always come back to you and will even refer you to other clients. You know what I mean? So really, there's no competition. I am not concerned about competition. What you should be concerned is to always be on top of your game. You are updating your skills. You are always learning. And remember to be always that your customer is top in your list, like you are providing them the best service that you can provide. So a happy client will always come back to you and will give you more referrals. So there's really no worry about competition.
So how is it that it's done? Because the way I see it is, let's say people, okay, I have my place right now and I want to sell my condo, but I see a place, and rather than saying I want to sell my condo, I see something of an upgrade, that I see a really good place and I want to like become my own property manager of my own, like not be like a shareholder, because I've wakened up to the reality that, okay, so I'm not renting anymore. I own this place, but so do many other people own shareholding on these units. And how is it that I want to get my own property now and my own home, but I want to buy that place first because I just saw it, let's say, and then whenever this place sells, how do I do it without like any money? Do I mortgage, or like I see something I like, I want to buy that. I'm always like that. I don't ever think, okay, I'm going to sell and then I have to find something. What motivates me to make the move is seeing something I really like. Oh, I got to have this.
Oh,
how do you do that?
What do you mean? You already own a condo now, but you want to buy another one. Is that what it is?
I want to move into, let's say, my own property, because I noticed that I get more freedom because I become my own property manager, right? I don't have a property manager and a board of directors and all these people and the fire department coming in and then them wanting keys and then you're not allowed to barbecue and then there's redevelopment and it's like, come on, I want to move somewhere where I know I'm not going to be invaded like that. And so all of a sudden I'm getting this urge and I start looking around and I see something I like, but I haven't sold this place yet. So how do you do it?
Oh, so right, okay. Your situation as an example. Can we use that?
Yes.
So right now you own and live in your condo, right?
Yes.
Okay. So a condominium, there are many owners. So there is a condominium corporation, right?
Right.
So you don't own a specific in a condominium. It's very different owning your like a detached, a single family home. It's very
Even
different.
that, yes.
It's
Yes.
different, right? So when you are in a condominium, you own it with other. That is what you're saying about shareholders, because you don't own the building, but all of you, let's say there are 1,000 owners or 1,000 units in that building, all of you are paying condo fees, and then you are sharing in all the expenses of the
Right.
maybe the corporation, right?
Yes.
There are also board of directors and officers in the condominium corporation. That's the condominium, which is very different if you live in a single family home where you have 1,000 square foot of land and
Exactly. Like you're reading my mind here. Yes, that's
so there is a difference there. So now you say you are looking to buy another property.
my own property, my own piece of land with a home on it, be it mobile, be it whatever. It's a home with property.
Yeah, so that's different. So because there are so many types of properties. So you have condominium, you have townhouse, you have semi-detached, you have detached, you have so many kinds of properties, right? So right now you are in a condominium wherein you don't own the whole building. You only own that, let's say, I don't know, 1,000 square feet or 700
A
square feet.
shareholding unit, like you see in the bank where you hold a unit, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So now, so that's your situation. Now you're
Yeah.
saying you're looking to buy. What kind of property you wanted to buy?
Well, I'm motivated to become more free, to gain more freedom, because this was my first time buy and I didn't know. I just thought I don't want to rent anymore and I had other motivations, right?
But,
I want
are you renting now or you own it?
I own it. But
You own it, so you are not renting, you own it.
yes. So I'm looking at the possibility, because the way real estate is now, it's booming. I don't know, a year from now or something, that might go down. So,
Yeah, nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know, right? We don't know.
well, it's kind of predictable, the peaks and valleys, like 12 years ago, it was at a highest peak and then it went really down and now it's starting back up. And I don't know, it just kind of seems it's like rotating in the same kind of.
It seems that the trend is no longer holds. Like before there is that cycle.
Yes.
Where that is the recovery, then it's going to bust, then it's there is recession and then it will recover.
Right.
But now, and you are saying that 12 years, more than 12 years has passed and it just continued to go. But on the other hand, we say that how can it continue to grow? Everything that goes up must come down, right? So
Right.
so there is the chance, because it cannot continue to keep increasing. It's really crazy high already, and people can no longer afford to buy real estate. It's really expensive. Right now, it's still going up.
I have a feeling that this year is going to be one of the greatest years for real estate, but I kind of feel like I'm always doing things backwards, because that's my motivation. If I see something I like and I want to move out and I want to like buy it right now, let's say, yes, I want it, but I don't have the money because I have to sell this place. And then once I get the money, I will have.
What you can do is refinance your current house. You have equity there, right? You know what is the meaning of equity?
The thing is I don't believe in debt or mortgage or anything. Now, though, I come to understand what the whole motivation of it all, with good intentions, was in a circumstance like this. Let's say I see a place, but it's not around here, because around here everything's too expensive. Go up a
Yeah.
little bit further north.
That is why I moved to the Niagara region, because even if I sold my house in Mississauga and if I continue to buy in Mississauga, if I sold my house for 1 million but I will buy for 1.5 million, then it is more. So it doesn't make sense, and that is the reason why I have to move. I have to move to a place where there is still a chance for it to grow. Then I will make more money. So that is one strategy. That's
Well,
what I
this is the way
consider.
I look at it. The thing that forces me kind of out of here is the knowing that there's going to be redevelopment. Now, what does that mean? I mean, I can keep paying more money to stay here, but it's not making any sense, because I'm going to be bombarded with noise. It's like war, like they're coming to invade. I'm like, I kind of see it as a motivator to move out of here to an underdeveloped place,
Hmm.
and then kind of sell this place that's going to be worth more, and then get something else and work on that and just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, that's what you can do. That's exactly what I did. You sell the place and buy in a smaller city. That
Town, yes.
Yes, that is why I bought here,
And
because this my townhouse is easily 400,000 more if I buy it in Mississauga.
okay, so I've given a little bit of a secret here that I didn't want to give, but it's doing it the backwards way, because when I go to a realtor, all of a sudden they want me to go into debt, and they want, like I say, this is how much I'm willing to spend. And then they always end up pushing the envelope and pushing it even more, so I can be in debt. It's such a greedy based kind of cycle, and it's like, I don't want that, because I don't want to be in debt. And
Mhm.
so I'm doing it in a way where I want something, but then where I want it, there's hardly any real estate there. But they're willing, LePage is willing to go as far as Timbuktu, but
Yeah. Yeah, well, the price of real estate depends on the location, right? Depends on where you are willing to settle, from where you are. And number two, with regards to having debt, it depends on how much you will be able to sell, how much equity you have there, and where
yes.
you are going to buy. How much equity and how much you can sell your place now, your condo, and where you are moving, right? And how much money you have. So in general, I cannot tell you that you are not going to have debt or not, because I do not know the size of your condo, how much, I do not know the details of your condo. But if you know, let's say you are going to sell it at this price, and after paying your mortgage and your other debt, if you have,
Yes.
how much, and after expenses, how much is left, and then where you are buying, depends on how much is the property you are buying, and the kind of property you are buying and the place you are going will determine how much debt or no debt you will be in.
So
You
we'll
know.
see how things go. And if I get a little bit more of a push, I'm just going to go with it. But,
Yes.
I never expected, I never wanted to leave here, but the way things are
Well,
going.
well, we can talk about it separately if you want.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because we're
Yeah,
running out of
yeah,
time here.
yeah. So that we are not, the listeners are not.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because this is kind of a personal
It's
situation.
going somewhere
Yeah,
else. And
we can talk about it on another, separately in our private session if you like.
before we leave here, though, you've met some really powerful people,
Mhm.
who are really connected to their faith, if anything, and they're real power drivers, and they're mentors, they're speakers, and people like Tony Robbins, like you say, Brian Tracy, the
Yeah.
Clintons, even, and Jack Canfield here.
Mhm.
You had posted like memories of 2019, and and how you actually went to his home in Santa Barbara, California, back in January of 2019 and spent like 4 hours talking to him. Like, can you share with us some special pointers and what
Yes.
it covered?
Okay. I produced an event. I produced an event bringing Jack Canfield in April of 2019. I was a co-producer. So this is in. I have another partner. So I co-produce it, meaning there is another producer. The two of us co-produced it, right? So because I paid Jack Canfield to come to Canada for an event, I managed to negotiate for myself, my co-producer, and those people that you saw on Facebook. We were about maybe, I think we were 5 or 6 people uh, who were given the privilege to visit Jack Canfield at his house in Santa Barbara. So I negotiated for that. I arranged everything. Um, I think January 4 of 2019, that was the schedule, the appointment I booked for Jack Canfield. And then I got a professional photographer to, uh, to record the photos and the videos, and we use it to market the event. So for me, this is one of the best memories and one of my accomplishments where I was able to bring people, and I was able to organize, and nobody has done this kind of thing where some of my speakers and some of the people who invested money, and of course I have to do it very selectively, who are the people I brought there with Jack Canfield. And the 90 minutes schedule lasted 4 hours. Jack Canfield was just enjoying his time talking to us in his living room, in his house. And can you imagine, he would even grab bottled water from his kitchen and will serve us the bottled water. And for me, it was really a great experience staying in the house of Jack Canfield for 4 hours. So that's how I did it.
Wow. And you also met people like Oprah Winfrey too. And did you know at the time she was with, what's his name? Uh, the guy that does the meditation, Deepak Chopra.
Deepak Chopra, yes, they are they have partners. They have partnered in meditation, and they have partnered in some. They have lots of they're doing lots of things together. Oprah Winfrey and Deepak Chopra.
So
Like,
how did you connect with Oprah? Was it through him, or you connected through her to him, or how did you get connected with Oprah?
no, okay. I went to see Michelle Obama in Scotiabank Arena. You know, Michelle Obama, you know how these people will come and speak, and all you have to do is to buy ticket, right? So I went to see Michelle Obama in Scotiabank Arena somewhere in, I think, 2019, 2018 or 2019. And when I was there with um, my mentor said, "Do you want to see Oprah?" I said, "Oh my God, that is my dream to see Oprah." Okay, we can go and buy a ticket, but the Toronto. So Oprah was doing like a tour, Toronto, Montreal, Edmonton, Calgary, Ottawa, I think. And then in Toronto, tickets all sold out. And my mentor said, if we buy a ticket, it will be the platinum ticket, where we will be able to meet Oprah and have a picture taken. Because if not, what's the point? But you have to invest money, like thousands of dollars, a few
Oh,
$1,000s. So
wow.
in Toronto, actually, I bought a ticket, but it's not the platinum. It's not the most expensive. So my mentor said, "No, I'm not going there if I don't meet Oprah." So, but I said, "I have already ticket in Toronto." No, just sell it, just sell it. So anyway, so he said, if you just say yes, I'm going to ask somebody to buy ticket, but we have to fly to Edmonton. So I said yes, and it's a few $1,000s. So first of all, I invested money to buy the most expensive ticket to see Oprah. and also Bill and Hillary Clinton. So that's what we did. So all I have to do is to pay, and then we book our flight, and then we have to book our hotel. We stayed there, I think 2 nights in Edmonton, and I met Oprah, and for me, doing extraordinary things like that, you really have to invest time, money, and effort. Like people will say, "You're crazy, Cora. Why you have to pay so much money just to see Oprah?" Well, well, we all have different thinking, right? Like for somebody, this is not for everybody, because first of all, you need to really spend money, buy the ticket, buy the plane ticket, and stay in a hotel, and pay for your food. But for me, meeting Oprah or even Deepak Chopra, I already met Deepak Chopra. Although Dr. Deepak Chopra I met in Toronto, so I don't have to buy a plane ticket or stay in a hotel. But for Oprah, it was really my dream to see Oprah, and all I did is to invest in to buy the most expensive ticket. And I met Oprah. I will tell you that it's one of the best moments, because seeing Oprah there, she was waiting, and then it was my turn to see Oprah. She is so humble. She is so humble, and her aura and her ambience is really very different. Her energy is very different. And for me, being side by side with Oprah, and my elbows and my arms, and then we were like just like as if we know somebody. Oh, how are you? Oh, I said, I'm so happy to meet you. And then we were just like that, right? So for me, it's different. Although that was very short and sweet, and picture was quick, but for me, it was one of my best moments. It really inspired me. It gave me more energy and more yeah, inspiration to do something better. And for me, that is something. And I have all my pictures here. I put them all together, meeting all these icons and these celebrities. I have really invested a lot of money and time and effort there.
So
But for
would you say that these are your epic moments of spirituality to like higher
me,
levels?
maybe, but you know what? Even meeting Tony Robbins, I met in Ottawa. And for me, this was a free ticket given to me. I did not buy. Going to Ottawa, I was invited to go to Ottawa. I was given a ride. I was given free accommodation, free board and lodging, and then I was given a VIP ticket. Everything was free, but the VIP ticket will not allow me to see Tony Robbins. And then in that instance, somebody said, the wife of my mentor said, Cora, I have seen Tony Robbins. Would you like to get my ticket? Huh? I said, I couldn't believe it just came. It was just given to me.
I
So
believe
sometimes,
I believe it was a soul connection.
yes. So I think that for in all of this, they just happen. In some of them I have to buy, some of them were given, but it's not like okay, in this year I have to meet this person, in this I have to meet. No, I have that dream, but I didn't know that's going to happen, and when that's going to happen, but I have that in my mind, and in that and I did not expect things will just happen. It just happened for all of them. I don't know. It just happened. This is really a blessing. It's really great experience for me. It's an extraordinary experience. These are really soulful connection. It's
So
amazing.
you have here the Science of Getting Rich program, and it's $27 Canadian. Is there something you would like to share and explore a little bit, just briefly before we end this, that you might want to share with us?
Yes, The Science of Getting Rich. I co-wrote it with Sunil Tulshani, and we had a website, and we launched it in 2020. It is a product of the pandemic because right after the pandemic, we couldn't hold an event, and so we thought that was the best time for us to write the book. Now, this book, there is a program where there is the hard copy and the digital copy, and you will go into the science of getting rich.ca website, and you can buy it there for $27. That will give you the hard copy and the digital copy. But I would like to say that um, I am offering now the science of getting rich for a cheaper price, maybe even $10, $10 just for the hard copy, But if you want the digital copy, I can also do that, but I can also give it to you at a special price now.
So there's so much more to talk about. It's just that I think we went well over an hour, and I'd love to have you back on here again so we can continue, like a part two even. Is there
Yeah,
anything?
there's a lot to talk about.
Yes, like what is the difference between abundance and success, and exactly what we've been talking about, the ability to do what you want to do when you need to do it, and and that is success, is it not?
Well, the definition of success is the realization of a lofty goal or dream. When you want something, I say, okay, didn't you have this? You have a podcast, right? So when you did not have a podcast before, you say, oh, I would like to have a podcast. And when you have that podcast, realize that is success, right? So whenever you want to do something and you get it, you realize it, that's the definition of success, whether it is money, whether it is achieving something, or whether attaining something, right? So that is success. Abundance is more of, abundance is the presence of unlimited resources. It's abundance in the universe. It's the abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, and abundance. This is more general. So but while they can be interconnected, but the meaning is different.
Right, right. Similar to gratitude, which we open the space, and then appreciation, which is the success aspect of it.
Mm.
Yes, I can see that.
Mm.
And maybe you want to have a few last words to close this talk show that we've kind of spontaneously keep going. It's like
Yes.
amazing.
First of all, before we end this call, first of all, I would like to thank Reverend Maria. Really, things happen for a reason. And few years ago, you have been in my events in the Toronto Women's Club. We have known each other, not really that deep. We have known each other maybe on a very superficial level. You don't know enough of me, and I am very grateful to you for giving me opportunity to know more about me and for me to share more about what I do and how I help people. And I would like to give this message to your listeners, especially during this pandemic times when many of you are undergoing some challenges and difficulties in many areas, probably money, probably emotional, probably mental. And what I would like to say is, do not lose hope, and um, um, always look for the solution rather than solutions to your problem or your situation, and there will always be solutions to problems and situations. And I have been there. I have been there, and there is always a solutions to anything. So I would like you um, to be full of hopes. Every day is a beginning. Yeah, it is not only in the new year or January 1st when we can begin. We can begin anytime. Every time is a new beginning. Today is a new beginning. Tomorrow is a new beginning. And what is important is for you to be connected with the right people, to work with the right people, to listen to the right people, and to be connected with the right people. And remember that while the virus is everywhere, God is also everywhere. And let's hang in here, and be full of hopes that you can become. I would like to go back to my favorite quotation from The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waters. That what is that? My quotation. Can you
Uh,
read the quotation?
you can render God and
You can render
humanity.
God, yeah, you can render God and humanity no better service than to make the most of yourself. What I mean by that is the best investment is in yourself. When I say invest in yourself, it is not only in terms of your making money, but it's more importantly is how you can have an investment in growing and improving yourself, because you can always get anything you want in life. The external manifestations in life will come from what is in the inner, in what is inside of you.
Yep.
What is inside of you is more important than what is outside of you.
And magnetically well put. Whatever it is we're willing to accept that we deserve too, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
and for sure, one thing is you are enough. You are enough to do, to become, to do, and have anything you want in life. You are enough.
Folks, please make sure to visit Cora on her webpage, TorontoWomen'sClub.com. And she's also available. She has two YouTube channels, Toronto's Women's Club and Cora Cristobal. Subscribe, see her on Facebook. And I will have posted all the links down below in the description box. And with that said, I'd like to really thank Cora for her time that she's invested here to share with us her light, her advice, and her spiritual coaching. Thank you so very, very much, Cora.
Thank you so very much, and I wish you all the best. I wish you love, joy, laughter, peace, understanding, and prosperity, and all the abundance in the world will be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.